Greetings loyal subscribers and honoured guests. This time it's time to take a look at Power Pack 17, which this time around has 3 complete games and 1 demo. It looks to be a nice mix of shooting, racing and puzzling, so let's get stuck in and see how the content stack up, shall we? First up is Cyberdyne Warrior, an early game by the duo at Apex Computer Productions, who later brought us the Awesome Creatures series. When the game first boots up and the music starts, I found it very tempting to sing Spider Pig, Spider Pig, go and have a go yourself and see what you think. The game itself is another punishing flick-screen platform shooter hybrid. You only get 1 life and limited ammo, which makes life rather challenging. Then some of the enemies can't be hurt at all, so you have to carefully navigate your way around them in an attempt to preserve your precious health meter. The world of Cyberdyne Warrior goes off in all directions, which is very nice as it gives you quite a few options for exploring. As you go, you will be picking up money, though hardly enough to make the whole endeavour worthwhile. Why would a hardened space marine set out on a hostile alien planet for the sake of some beer money? My guess is that there must be something else going on with the plot. Not sure if you get to use the money you've collected in a shop or something. I didn't make it far enough to find out. I'll add this to the list of games that I have to thoroughly explore with a cheat code at some point. The second game on the tape is a puzzler that goes by the name of Sensitive, and it is actually a piece of public domain software. I'm not sure if this is the issue where it happened or a bit later on, but I remember reading an article on the Commodore format blog that said that the author wasn't very pleased that CF had been putting his games on their tapes because he hadn't given them permission. This is yet another tricky game. I'm starting to notice a trend on these tapes, where the objective is to manoeuvre your little puck type thing to the exit. It's not quite as simple as it sounds though, because you have to explode every single yellow tile on the screen along the way. Your standard yellow tile will explode shortly after you touch it for the first time. Later on there will be animated tiles that can be walked on twice. Things start off simply in the first couple of levels, but before long you have a real head scratcher on your hands. Adding to the challenge is the fact that your puck thingy doesn't come to a dead stop as soon as you let go of the controls, but rather has a bit of inertia to it. Sensitive indeed. A pretty cool game all in all. Game number 3 is Battle Valley, a side-on shooter where you can take control of either a helicopter or a tank and lay waste to your enemies. First of all, this game features some really awesome music by Jero and Tell. I was rocking out while I was playing. Anyway, I greatly preferred the tank to the helicopter as it was easier to control and you could move your gun turret up and down, which was a very nice touch. The helicopter just feels a bit more finicky overall, and because the game uses a rapid double press on the fire button as a stop command, I found that I kept on stopping by accident when spamming the fire button. That'll teach me to slow down a bit, I guess. Eventually I came to a broken bridge in either direction when I was in my tank. Not sure if there is a jump button or if the developer wanted to force you to control the helicopter for a bit. One of the things that I like about this game is that I don't have a limited number of lives. Instead you have 30 minutes on the timer. And each death takes a chunk off this, about 4 minutes or so. So you have quite a generous amount of time to explore and get used to the controls, but dying will accelerate doomsday. I vaguely remember playing this one back in the day, and the music is also familiar. Probably my favourite thing on the tape so far. Finally, we have a playable demo of Danny Sullivan's Indy Heat, which is another in the fairly long line of what I call sprint clones, i.e. top-down single-screen racing games that typically support up to 4 players. This is probably my least favourite game in this genre, with either Super Sprint or Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road Racing being my favourite. Games like this do work quite well on the C64 though, and I was surprised to discover that the game handled really well using the analog stick on my Xbox 360 controller as well. I managed to win the race on my second try, whoopee! It's a somewhat brief demo featuring just one track which loops over and over again, but it's fairly enjoyable for a while and can be played with a second player. Not too bad, sales curve. That brings things to a close for Power Pack 17 then, and on the whole I feel pretty positive about things. If I invest a bit more time into Cyberdyne Warrior and Sensitive, I believe that I will get better at both, and Battle Valley is a whole lot of fun as well. I wonder how the 2-player mode works in that. I might have to try and persuade someone into playing it with me to find out. Anyway, episode 18 of Covertape Chaos will be along in another fortnight. Until then, take care.